Are you new to Google Docs, or do you want to learn how to create professional documents? In this how to use Google tutorial, I'm going to show you all the basics that you need to learn. Hi, my name is Sharon and welcome to Eureka Tech Hub. In this tutorial, I'll teach all the basics that you need to use Google Docs, but if you want something specific, feel free to click on the timestamps in the description down below. Okay, so what is Google Docs? Google Docs is a web-based word processing tool that you can use to create, edit, and share documents online. Okay, think of it like Microsoft Word, but this time round, instead of running a program on your computer, you access it via the internet using your browser. Okay, so let's get started. How do we access Google Docs? As you can see on my screen right now, I have a Google Docs icon right here. This is what I am talking about. When I click on it, it will take me to docs.google.com, or you simply type docs.google.com on your browser and you'll be able to access Google Docs. One thing you should note is to access Google Docs, you need an email address. Okay, you need an email address, you need a Google account, and you can access it via your email. For example, if you come here and you go to this icon at the corner here of showing Google Apps, and I click on it, I can still select Docs and it will open Google Docs. Okay, now that we know how to access Google Docs, let's learn how to use Google Docs. Okay, excuse me. So to use Google Docs, we have to create a new blank document. There are a number of templates that you can use, but since we want to learn how to use Google Docs, let's create a blank document. So how do we do that? We click on blank document, as easy as that. Okay, or you can come here and also see that we have other things, settings and all that. So to create a new document, you click on blank document and Google Docs will create for you a new file. Okay, our file is ready. Okay, our file is ready, and what do? We start by naming our file. For example, if I'm talking about Google Docs, remember this is an online word processing tool, so it actually works in a very similar way like Microsoft Word. So if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, you will learn this so quickly. Okay, so if I give my document a title and I say Google Docs tutorial, okay, excuse me. If I click here, you're going to realize that this statement has been picked Google Docs tutorial. Or you can actually just type what you want as your file name. I'm going to read Google Docs Basics. Okay, so we have our file, and if you look here, you can see it's already saved to your drive. Note that everything you type is saved automatically, so you don't have to always say control save every time you type, because it is automatically saved. Okay, so you don't have to worry, right? So let's get started with this toolbar. You can see up here, this part is called the toolbar, and we have quite a lot that we can do with it. Okay, so if you want to, how do we select the view of our Google document? you can come to view. As you can see, there are different modes, okay, but this document is right now in editing view, and what this means is that we can edit this document. You can as well select suggesting if you want to make some suggestions, and then you can, if you use the viewing only mode, it means you are not going to be able to edit this document but only view. Okay, you can as well come here, right here where there's this pencil editor, and you select viewing, editing or suggesting or viewing mode. Okay, so let's add some text to our document so that we can learn how to use Google Docs. Okay, I'm just going to go to Lorem Ipsum quickly and get some dummy content. Right. Yes, here we go. I'm just going to get some dummy content from here. Just going to copy just one paragraph. I'm not going to copy everything. Just want one paragraph. Yeah, here we go. Let me give my content a title and I say what is Google Docs. Okay, and I paste. I realized that I made a mistake when I was typing and said socks instead of docs. I need to correct that. Alright, so let's continue. Here we go. So we have our content, and I'm just going to copy this again. First, I'm going to clear formatting, and clear formatting means I don't want the formatting that has come with this text. I want to work with it afresh. So I will highlight it and come right here and select this clear formatting tool. Okay, so that we start formatting it by ourselves. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to copy this and paste it here just so that I can have two paragraphs. Okay, yes, I can label this Google Docs basics. Okay, fine, here we go. So what do we do if we want to format our text in Google Docs? And formatting means you want to customize your text, you want to give it a look that you want. Okay, for example, if I want to bold, let me close this for now. If I want to make this heading bold, I am just going to say, I'm just going to highlight this text and I make it bold. Amazing. If I want to make any text italic, I'll still highlight that text and select italic. Okay, if I want to underline, I will still select the text and I click this underline icon. So you can see it's very similar to Microsoft Word. What if I want to give my text a highlight color? I will still select the text that I want. Excuse me. I will still select the text that I want and I give it a highlight color from right here. This icon is a highlight icon and I select the color that I want. As you can see, it is now highlighted green. Okay, so how do we change the font size or the font style in a Google document? To change the font style in a Google document, select the text that you want to change the font style and come here and select the style that you want. Okay, for example, I've selected Legend, and then another one to change the font size. The font size is right here. You also highlight the text that you want. If you want to change the size of this, and then you come here and select the font size that you want. Okay, you can see the text has become bigger. Okay, yes, or you can also highlight your text and click on plus or minus depending on the size that you want. Okay, now I hope we are still together, right? Yes. The next thing I want us to learn is how to add a table to Google Docs. So if you're writing your content and you want to add a table, how is that done? To add a table to Google Docs, just going to go to the next line, you can press enter on your keyboard, and to add a table, you come to insert. As you can see, there is table here. Okay. Yes, there's a table here and you select what you want. There are table templates, but we're not going to use them in this tutorial. So you can select this. This shows 2 by 2. This shows 3 by 3 columns, or 3 columns by 4 rows. So if I select this is my table. Okay, this is my table. This is column 1, column 2, column 3. So we have our table right here. What do we do if you want to format our table? Let me first put here some items in our table, and I say item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5, item 6, item 7, item 8, item 9. So if I want to format my table, it means I want to give it a look that I want. Okay, if I want to make the column headings bold, I select them and click on bold. Perfect. If I want to make anything in one particular cell, so this is a row, for example, and then this is a column, right? And this one where we have one particular item is a cell. So if I want to make an item in something in that particular cell bold, I select it, I highlight and make it bold. If I want to add, and you can actually do anything that you want in one particular cell. You can change the font size, you can change the font color, to change a text color, you come to this and select the color that you want. Okay, let me select blue. Yes, as you can see, it's blue and it's bold. You can do anything that you want. Okay, so to add a column to this table, you see this plus icon, you go at the edge of one column and say insert one column to the right. Okay, insert one column to the right. So that means if you want to add a column after column 1, you just click on insert one column to the right and it is added. If you want to add a row, you go to the row itself at the edge of any row that you want and insert a row. Isn't that amazing? Yes. The next thing that I want us to learn in tables is how to use table properties. So when you're formatting tables, you can use table properties to format your tables. Excuse me. So to format my tables or to use table properties, you right click on the table and you select table properties. Note that you can actually right click on a cell and select this insert row, insert column, whatever you want. Okay, delete row, delete column, delete table. Perfect. So if I want to use table properties, I'll right click on the table and come to table properties. So table properties helps us to give our tables an enhanced look. Okay, an enhanced look. For example, If I select this table and I come here to layouts, I can change the layout of this table. I can try out all these styles that I want. Okay, then, but this is a quick layout of the document. For the tables, we come here, then we choose a style that we want, alignment that we want, how do we want to align our text, okay, in the tables, and we have the indentations that we want. Also, column width can change. For example, if I increase this, you can see the column width is increasing. If I reduce this, you can see the column width is reducing. Row, you can give a minimum row height if you want. You mark this and give a height, okay? If you don't want, you can leave the default height. You can pin headers if you want. If you don't want, you can leave that. Allow rows to overflow across pages. Yes, you can enable that or disable that. So table cell, this is a cell, for example, where there is this item 1 in color blue. It's a table cell, and you can change anything in a cell. You can change the vertical alignment of the content. Do you want it in the middle? Do you want it at the top? Let me first select this cell. Yes. So if I say middle, that will be the alignment in the cell. And you can even work with colors and change. We have table borders. You can change the border point. For example, if I select 1.5, you see it has increased. You can change the border color. If I select maybe this color, you see it has changed. You can select the cell background color. If I select maybe this has changed for a particular cell because it's highlighted. Okay, so I can also choose a color for a particular cell. Okay, yes. Okay, I want to change these borders back to the normal border point that was there. Let's put 1. Yes, it was 1. Perfect. So that's how we add tables, and that's how we format tables in Google Docs. The next thing we are going to learn is how to add an image. To add an image in Google Docs, you go to Insert, Image. So you can add an image from the computer. You can search the web for an image that you want. You can add an image from Google Drive, that is your drive. You can add an image from Google Photos. You can add an image by using camera, taking a live image, or using a URL. So let's upload an image from the computer. I have an image that I downloaded, so yeah. And there you go. You have your image added. And if you want to do quite other things with this image, you can actually select it and come to image options and do what you want with it. You can change the size, you can rotate. Okay, you can rotate. As you can see, when I click 90 degrees, the image just changed the angle. Let me undo that. Yes, text wrapping with color. There are quite many adjustments that you can do. The brightness, the opacity that you get, like you see, I'm changing the opacity, the brightness, the contrast. Alt text. So alt text is for accessibility. As you can see, they are saying accessed by screen readers, people who might have trouble seeing your content. So you can put a description of the image and say, this is a computer. Yes. And we have other advanced options that you could check here. Okay, add a title to your image. This will appear as a tooltip when published on the web. Okay, perfect. So that's it with images. The next thing we are going to learn to do is adding links to your Google document. So how do we add links to our Google document? If I want to link text, or I'm writing an article and I want to link some text to it, or I mean to link a website or some resource to it, I'm going to add links. So to add a link to your document, you simply highlight, let me put here link and external website, for example. You simply highlight the text that you want to add the link to. Okay. Okay, let me say an external website from here. And then you come to this icon right here, insert link, yes. And then you select the link that you want. For example, if I want Wikipedia, I'll look for wikipedia.org, yes. As you can see, the moment you select it, the link is applied. That means that when someone clicks to this link, it will take them to Wikipedia. Okay, yes. That's it about adding links to a Google document. Then the next thing we are going to learn is how to format headings and titles in our Google document. As you can see, I have this Google Docs heading, then I have this Google Docs basics. I want to add another paragraph. Let me copy this text and add another paragraph, and I say, for example, section 3, okay, and I paste that text there. Okay, so how do we format our headings? This as our title, Google Docs tutorial, I'm going to make it bigger and more beautiful. So how do I do that? So how do I do that? I select it, okay, I select the heading, the text that I want, and I click on title. I just love how it now looks like a title. Okay, that's how we add a title. We make our format our text as a title to make it a title. Now I want to show you how to format your headings. If you're always writing articles, this is very important. Okay, if this is a title, meaning this is a heading. To make this a heading, you select it and come here and select heading. But I'm not going to select heading 1, I'm going to select heading 2. Why? Because when you are creating content, we have to follow hierarchy. Okay, you cannot have more than one heading. Okay, for example, if I have another heading here and I say this is if I say Google Docs for beginners, okay, and I want to make this heading 1, for example, okay, I will select this as my title and I say heading 1. Okay, so I can use this title or I can use this Google Docs for beginners. So either way, one of the two actually works. You can use heading 1 to refer to the main heading of your document. Okay, yes. So if I want to make other, okay, let me just work with 1, for example. Let me remove this and let me remove this heading 1 and let me just leave the title. Okay, yes. So if I want to make this, or if this is a new heading in a new section, I am also going to select it and format it to make it heading 2. Why? Because it's a new heading in a new section. The same applies to this heading that I have put section 3. Okay. So this is heading 2 as well. So I hope you can notice that my, on the left hand side, I have a tab that is showing how these headings are aligning themselves. So if I have a heading under Google, what is Google Docs, and I want it to say maybe formatting text. Okay, what I will do, I will also make it a heading, and that heading, remember this was heading 2, now this becomes heading 3. Why? Because it's a subheading under that section. If you come here, you can see formatting text is now under what is Google Docs. Perfect. The next thing is, okay, if I say adding an image, and I also make this heading 3. Okay, for example, okay, and I say formatting headings as my section subheading, and if I select this and make this heading 3, it's also heading 3, and this is heading 2. So that's how we flow. Okay, so if there's another heading in this section that I want, for example, if I say adding a table is a small heading in this section, I can call it, I can select it and make it heading 4. Okay, that's how that document flows. Remember, you can give text color any color that you want. If I want to make this a little bit more visible, I will select this instead. Okay, yeah, so that's how we add headings to our Google document. The next thing I want us to do is to add a table of content. So to add a table of content, you select where you want to add the table of content. If I want to add it below this, text, I'll click there and I say insert, and I say insert. And I say insert, and I say insert, Yes, so the next thing I want us to learn before the next thing I want us to learn is how to how to add lists to our content. So if you have a list of items and you want to add your list, you simply, let me say, list of items. So you simply put your items, let's say item 1, item 2, item 3. Okay, but to make them a list, you select your items and you come here and select the list that you want. Okay, if you want a bulleted list, you select that, but there are other styles that you can choose from the bulleted list. If you want a numbered list, you select this, and there are other styles that you can choose from the numbered list. If you want a checklist, still you select this, and there are other styles that you can select from the checklist. So if I check this, click on this, it will mark it checked. That is a checklist. Okay, so that's how we add lists to our documents. Okay, then I also want to show you how to add a table of contents to your document. So if you are maybe writing an article and you have a really long document, it's important that you add a table of contents. So to add a table of contents, go to where you want your table of contents to be. For example, if I put it here and I say table, no, put it here. Let me leave it there and I say table of contents. Okay, so what we do is you click on insert and you scroll up to down. You see there is a table of contents here. You can choose the style that you want: plain text, dotted, links. So if we select option 1, as you can see, this is how it looks like. This is your table of contents. Okay, or this is just plain text. Let me undo that and excuse me, and let me select the option of, go to insert, table of contents, and I select the option of links. Yes, because when I click on this, it's going to take me to that particular section and the table. I mean in the document, sorry. You see, when I click on section 3, it brought me to section 3. Yes, so that's how we add a table of contents to our Google document. Okay, the next thing that I want us to learn is how to collaborate on Google Docs. Okay, how to share to add a person or to share your document with someone, you simply click here. As you can see, this document is private to me only, meaning I'm the only person who is able to edit this document and even view it. So what I can do, if I want to give someone access to this document, I'll come to share, and then I'll come to share and then add their email. Okay, yes, I'll then add their email. When I add their email right here, they will receive a notification showing them that they have been invited to collaborate in this document. Let me say, for example, at gmail.com. So you add their email, okay, and then what you need to do is to give them rights. You can say, I'm giving you viewer rights. That means they can only view your document. You can say, I'm giving you commenter rights, meaning they can only comment on your document. You can also choose to give them edit rights, meaning they can do everything else, including editing. You can also give them a notification message, maybe please edit this document, whatever you want them to do, or you want them to comment or review, you let them know. Okay, but I'm not going to add anyone to this document, but that's how we share documents. Okay, when you click send, that person will receive that email and they will have access to your document on their drive. Okay, yes, that's how we share documents on Google Docs. Okay, yes. Also, if you click on share and you remove access, general access, restricted, meaning this is only restricted to people who have access to this document. But if you want anyone else to have access to this document, you don't want to restrict that document from anyone else, you can change these settings from restricted to anyone with the link. What this means is that whoever you share this link with will have access to this document, but you can also still determine what that person can do with your document. So if you want them to just view, you can say viewer. If you want them to just comment, you can say commenter. If you want them to edit, you can say editor, meaning anyone with the link can edit your document. Okay, yes. So you can copy the link when you're done and you share the link with that person. If I paste it, you're going to find that this is still a Google document, the very document that I created, but it's shareable and anyone can view it. Okay, so the next thing I want us to do is to spell check. Sorry, before we spell check, the next thing I want us to do is to add comments to our Google Doc. So how do we add comments to our Google document? Assuming you're collaborating with someone and you want them to do something in it and you want to comment. So what we do is you come here. You see this icon? It is showing show all comments. Yes, so we don't have any comments in this document apparently, but you can add a comment using this comment tab. So how does that happen? If I want, for example, maybe this person to make this text bold, okay, I can select and I come here. As you can see, the add comments icon has again come here. Add an emoji, suggest edits. You can suggest an edit, or you can add a comment, okay, and say make this text bold comment. So it means the person that is collaborating with you will be able to receive a notification that you want them to do that particular thing that you want them to do. In fact, you can even tag them. You can even tag their email. Okay, you can even tag their email. And you can even tag their email. You can select that section or the text that you want them to work on, and you say add comment, and you say edit this section. Okay, you can say at so and so at something. So the only email addresses that you can tag are actually people that you added to this document. If you added someone to this document, you can tag them and say I want you to do this. That's important if you are more than one person collaborating on the same document. All right, so how do we spell check our document? To spell check our document, make sure that we have used correct, English. We don't have spelling errors. Okay, you are going to still come to tools. Yes, tools, and we see spelling and grammar. So spelling and grammar check, show spelling errors. Yeah, if you want Google Docs to show spelling errors, it will. If you want to check the grammar, you can still do that. So assuming let me make sure that I have an error in my document. Okay, let me first turn off suggestions and commenting. Yes, so if I have this one is now, the suggestions are on. Let me first remove suggesting mode. Why the suggestions are showing is because I am in suggesting mode. Let me go back to editing mode. Okay, so if I say but instead of but, I have made, there's a mistake there. There's a mistake here. So the moment you see blue lines coming, you know that those are mistakes. And I tell Google Docs to check for me spelling errors. I will say, no, okay, like when check spelling errors is turned on, it means that Google Docs will always check for you spelling, show the spelling errors. If it's turned off, it means it will not show the spelling errors. But it's important that it always shows for you the spelling errors. So you have to mark it so that you're always able to see your spelling errors. Now, your spelling grammar. To check your spelling grammar, you just click on this. And it's saying no available suggestions to review. Okay, let me first select this and I say check my spelling grammar. Yeah, but this is a mistake. Yes, if you want to spell check your document, you can come to tools, spelling and grammar check, and then you'll be able to, Google Docs will be able to tell you or mark those points where the spelling issues exist. Okay, then to count the words in your document, you select tools, then word count. Okay, as you can see, it's showing that I have 353 words, yes, and 2025 characters. Yes, this is very important when you're writing articles, to keep track of the number of words. So there is quite a lot that we can do with Google Docs. As you can see, citations, translate documents, voice typing, notifications, things, preferences, accessibility. There's quite a lot that we can do with Google Docs, but then this tutorial is a basic tutorial. We can do another more advanced later. Okay, and then before we conclude this, there's one important thing that I want us to learn, is how to get help. How to get help. If you want to get help, this is where you come. Okay, when you click on help and you click on this help, it means you can be able to ask anything that you want to do with Google Docs, and you will be helped. Okay, and you will be helped. These are popular resources that you can use and you will be helped, and you'll be helped. Okay, hope that makes sense. How to add page break, change colors, use Google Doc. Yes, and you will be helped. Then we also have extensions in Google Docs, and extensions are add-ons that you can add to Google Docs and be able to do other things. For example, if you want to add code blocks to your document, you come to add-ons, extensions, add-ons, install the extension, and you'll be able to use it. That's an example. Okay. Or another thing is, if we want to maybe number our pages, we have headers and footers in Google Docs as well. Okay, we have headers and footers in Google Docs as well. So if we come to insert and select headers and footers, and then you say footer, and then I put 1. It means every footer will have that particular thing that at the end of your document there will be a footer with the text 1. So any text that you want to add there, or anything, if you want to add an image, or if you want to 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 add a specific text, you can add that. Okay, so yes, let me remove header. No, let me leave. You can also add page numbers. If I say page numbers and it's telling me page numbers, position, header or footer, I want them at the footer start at 1, and then I say apply. So the page numbers are here. We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. Okay, if I delete this text, footer text, they will all be deleted. Okay, so if you want to footer format, you can select it and do what you want. Okay, layout different in the first page, different odd and even, so you can change and add what you really want to add. Okay, yes, I just selected this align to put my numbers on the right, or you can actually put them in the center and they will all be in the center of your page. Okay, they'll all be in the center of your page. So that reminds me of what I didn't actually show you. If you want to align your content, it's simple. You can choose it from here: aligning, center align, right align, or justify your content. Okay, but the default is left align. But there is quite a lot that you can do, like line spacing, uh, paragraph spacing, you know, line spacing, yes, as you can see, the line spacing has increased and all that. So thank you so much for today's tutorial. I hope you've been able to learn the basics of Google Docs, and I'll be glad to hear from your comments. Okay, comment down below if you learned something new. Comment down below if you want to learn how to make something using Google Docs. Please comment. I'll be glad to do that for you. Thank you so much. Remember to share and subscribe to the channel. Okay, cheers.